Today is the Gollop Wallop Part 2. So what that is Julian Gollop, creator of Chaos Reborn, game we're playing, or will be playing, he's showing up and he's taking all comers. He's going to basically fight everybody, everybody who sort of qualified to play. And qualifying was kind of simple, it was just play any three random matches this kind of month, just to make sure it's people who are still kind of involved in the scene. We're going to be using Chaos v0.19, just the latest the latest build of Chaos. It's got all kinds of new stuff. It's got the armor system in there. We've got body armor, you've got hats, your staff has a power, you've got the mega spells that are from 0.18. So, you know, a lot of new stuff. The meta has totally changed. It's all quite new. People have been trying it out, getting used to it. It's definitely a fresh game. So I'm having to relearn it all completely as well. I'm hoping, well, I should in theory be getting one match, but for the other ones I'm just going to be spectating, commenting, trying to figure out what people are thinking. I won't have access to the spell list, but I should maybe be able to look at what the wizard type is and make some educated guesses from that. And if you guys watching along know something that I don't about some specific thing I've said or seen, just chime in, and you know, it'll show up on stream as well for posterity's sake. But yeah, this should be a fun night, I think. Basically a bunch of people doing their best to try and beat Julian Gollop at his own game, quite literally. So it's another 5 minutes or so until I think it's set to begin, and I need to set up a cup of tea, which I neglected to finish. So get hype and look at this menu screen. I'll see you in just a mo. Oh, O-Dog's popped on. Hello, O-Dog. How you doing? Oh, yes. So, yeah, it's going to be a chaotic night as soon as Julian shows up. We've got quite a few people interested in having a game with him. And another thing that's really nice about the new 0.19 is there's a replay system. So what I might do, depending on what's going on, is I may switch into replay mode if we're kind of waiting around for a long turn or something like that. And it gives me the ability to kind of break down or just rewatch something I missed, turns, things that have happened previously. So that way it's just a little easier to understand what's going on. You don't have to be completely glued to the screen the entire time. Hello, dog, hello. And that's really good on the kind of commenting, observing, viewing side of things. I really like that time's been spent on those tools. It's sort of making it possible for it to be a proper competitive multiplayer game, which I think it really deserves, considering, you know, how interesting and cool the engine underneath is, how many people are kind of really invested in it already at this quite early stage. We could have on our hands a really compelling turn-based strategy that people actually will be playing a bunch online, and you know, maybe it becomes kind of a sort of somewhat of an esport. It'd be lovely, wouldn't it? So now I'm going to fish out my tea bag. I'll be back shortly. Hey Chamber Man, how you doing? Chamber Man has joined in. Hello, hello. Cool, so that's good. It's also working on the window. Alright, cool. Nice. Cheeze stream will make it really interesting, actually. Oh, thanks, Witsy. I will do my best to provide useful commentary. As I say, I've not completely got my head entirely into 0.19 yet. I've played a few games. Obsidian played a bunch with me the other day, and that was really helpful, actually. It was very kind of him to sort of take me through some of the options available, how the illusions work differently now. I'm good, thanks, Chamberman. I'm doing very well, thank you. How about a 4-player game instead? A stream warm-up. Can always abandon if Julian shows. Oh, I don't see. Sorry, Witsy. Game started. Okay, well, let's have a go. It's your turn, Cheeze Path. Hat of Life generates 2 mana points for living creatures and wizards. So, straight away, you've got this nice new visual look. And if you look, I'm going to say good luck, have fun everyone. GLHF. Succeeded in typing, excellent. So you can look at your wizard, and it gets this cool window. You see them by themselves individually. I've got Staff of Dragons, which means I boost 30 regular maximum boost cap and 60 for dragon stuff. I have weak attack but good agility and magic resistance, which means that my body gear is arcane robes. My headgear is half life, as you saw earlier, which means I get 0.5 mana for every creature and wizard that lives. So it makes sense to summon a rat pack right now, actually, because that will put out a bunch of creatures, which is going to boost my mana down the road. I think the game is a bit loud. Confirm in stream if that's the case. I think I'm going to turn it down slightly anyway. Sorry about that, Witsy. UV's in. Nice. So Unstable Voltage has joined into the tournament match finder window. And what do we got? Why did it have to be rats? Let's end the turn and actually look at the spells. So I've got Disbelieve Still, of course. Magic Bolt, Blob, Spider, Elephant, Giant, Dragon. Meanwhile, Kangaroo got a Sword as the turn of Trig. So I'm going to try not to move the camera around too much because I know that kind of upsets people. I'm going to say ha 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 because that was funny. Alright, great. Okay, so here we are in the game. So Odog Triggs failed to summon a zombie, and because Odog has the Hat of Despair or whatever the hell, whenever anything fails, he gets mana points. In fact, we could look at the wizards, and he is very strong defense and decent agility, magic resistance, regular attack. Kangaroo has got massive attack, high agility. I think the attack mostly came from his sword there. Odog's got a dwarf. Dwarfs have been changed. They're much more viable in this version. We've got agile, magic resistance, stuff of speed, and unicorns coming from Triggs. Was Odog got Staff of Chaos, so he could have goblins as a super spell, and yes, dragons. So yeah, so that's kind of the layout at the moment. Seeing if Odog has a follow-up, is he going to move? If he knows that he needs to. So it's my turn. I've drawn a zombie, and I've got 4 mana points for the living creatures on the board. So I could just sit and stew with more creatures, because I don't think anyone else has the same hat as me. And that could be a pretty good idea. Things like units of blob and vine and stuff don't count as living creatures. I think they mean like elephants, and even zombies count, I think. Someone confirm at some point with me if that is the case. I'd be interested to find out. Of course, I've got the dragon thing, so I'm saving up a lot for dragons. This stuff I'm not super into. Let's get rid of a giant. I don't really want it. A hellhound I've never used. What do they look like? Oh, they're pretty nuts. Undead hound from hell that shoots paralyzing beams from its eyes. That sounds hilarious. Alright. Well, for now, let's... what can we do? What can we do? Let's just get a zombie. Let's just cast a raw zombie. And it works. I need you all to fail a bunch of spells. Oh yeah, of course, because of his Hat of Failure or whatever it's called. I hope they fail now and work later. That's the better way around, for sure. Alright. Does the zombie count as a living creature? I just asked that on stream. No idea. Pretty sure plants and trees aren't. Okay. Julian is online. Oh. Hello. So it was 7 PM, sort of. Alright, well, that was a pretty exciting start to the stream. An aborted game. So, yeah, I think it's probably the smartest thing. We should maybe, yeah. Okay, if Julian is ready. We quit. But let's play on for now. Cool. Oh, so it's my turn. Whoops. Oh, I'm almost out of time. Let's just end turn. Ah, that was my turn. Sorry. I'm getting ready to have my ass whooped, says Julian in chat. Well, I think there's going to be a little from column A, a little from column B there. I think Julian obviously has the most in-depth knowledge of the engine. But of course there's a lot of very good players, very keen players in the list tonight, and it's also chaos, so you know, you never know what is going to happen, which is part of why it's so damn exciting. No worries says no worries. Chamberman says I feel so alone in here. Don't worry, Chamberman. There are 8 total people, including you. Maybe some are quiet. Odog's definitely around, but in game, and a couple of others, possibly without Twitch accounts. I don't know, but you're not alone, Chamberman. Pretty cool new website, by the way. Oh, apparently I need to check out the new website. I have not seen this at all, so there's some homework for me to do. So yeah, here I am hosting this event about this game that apparently I know even less and less about as time goes on. So check out new Chaos website. Amazing. Alrighty, so I go. Ooh, what's new? I will ask. And Odog, his turn, and what's he gonna do? And in fact, what happened recently? So this is where I can demonstrate the playback tool. So you go to playback. There've been 8 turns, 39 events. So we go back. Play. Oh boy. Yeah, that's right. When you hit play, you should probably hit step instead, because it just will play everything, and it does get quite loud. I think I need to turn the sound of the game down a bit. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I want to set that down to there. I mean, there's not a huge amount of sound in the game except for like the sounds of stuff dying. Although I noticed, I think those have been turned down a little bit, just overall turned down, so that when they all go, when you add all the sounds together, it is harder for it to be a huge scream. But it still, I think, needs to be fixed in possibly a different way. But anyway, that's not the most pressing thing to do. Forward, and then we stop playback. Playback, and it's my turn again. Oops, I'm holding up play. Now, should I burn some? Let's get rid of Hellhound. I don't think I'm going to use it. And elephant. Will I get a chance? Let's get rid of dwarf. And I want to keep the dragons. Or do I want to keep the dragons? Maybe I want to do the mega spell. Let's just do mega spell stuff. So let's burn away my dragons. And one of these bolts. I've got almost enough. Let's burn this elephant. This eagle. Almost there. And this lion. Oh no! There we go. Mega spell. Totally worth it. Now I need to get a bunch of mana to get these dragons, of course. What a waste of time. Well, let's do a dwarf. Let's stick it down. Let's move this over. And let's move these over it. And let's start putting some pressure on Triggs. And end the turn. Emphasis on pre-ordering too, says no worries about the change to the Chaos website. And apparently no longer Flash. Was it Flash before? I don't know. But yes, it seems to be the way of things. Don't use Flash, people say. Alright. So I guess Julian's still getting himself ready. So we are still relevant playing this game. So that's fine. That's all good. Eagle goes in for the cheap kill. I kind of baited that out. I didn't think the Eagle would be able to do it, but of course that was kind of a risk. But now that means Triggs is a little bit exposed. and he's not in bolt range for himself, but he could blob. That looks like he's getting ready to blob. I don't know, because you can blob 4 tiles, but spider. Don't think that. I feel that may not have been the correct move, but we'll see. Unstable voltage. Looks like he's about ready to go, which is great. Launch, not lunch. I guess UV's already had lunch. I don't know. He's in the UK, isn't he? What's that? Skeleton coming towards me? The new skeleton model looks like some kind of Iron Maiden cover. Look at this guy. It's fucking metal as shit. Amazing. Oh, I've gotten all flipped up, turns upside down. This way around. That's how it was. Whose turn is it? And it's O-Dog. O-Dog, what are you doing? O-Dog, no. No. Can't do this to me. Thought we were friends, O-Dog. No. Kangriel says goal. I guess he's watching football, possibly. KZ says cheese. I say hello, KZ. How you doing? See, it's not all bad, O-Dog. O-Dog, you can just fail a bunch of spells you don't want and get a bunch of mana for it. I, meanwhile, get a whole bunch of mana for all these living creatures. Amazing. I get 20% on the wizard straight away, so why not take it? Didn't work. I get a 33% on that, and that's kind of annoying because I wanted to... Can I goo blob? That's not going to work, is it? Wait. Whoa, no, I didn't want to do that. You motherfuckers. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Okay, so let's do something. Can we subvert this guy? This would be kind of funny. Let's boost it. And let's subvert it. Cool, we got the eagle. That makes things a little easier for us. Makes life just a little easier. There's no easy way around here, so I'm just going to stay there. And I'm going to have the, I don't know, dwarf go for the long game. Take a shot on the spider and back up with the zombie. And I think we'll end the turn there. Kangriel says Benfica 1, Sporting Lisbon 0. So I guess that's his the particular team he supports. It's not just video games that us Chaos players like, apparently. And in celebration, he puts out an elf. Look at that. There's his elf. And he backs off. So he's going for kind of low unit numbers. Maybe he is because I have that. What's the name of my hat? It's the Hat of Life. Ah, that's amazing. I want a hat called the Hat of Life. That sounds awesome. Just put it on in the morning. How could you have a bad day with the Hat of Life? So yeah. So we wait for Triggs. Oh, he's going for magic bow. He's going for these difficult casts. Okay. Well, at least he gets a hit, and that's 2 people with the Hat of Death. So it makes sense for them to do their best to kill my minions, because that lowers the amount of mana I gain, gives them mana, and of course just lowers the amount of minions I have. So I would go for high value things if I had the Hat of Death for that reason, especially fighting someone with the Hat of Life. Okie dokie. So O-Dog's gonna have a little go now. I wonder what he'll do with the skeleton. This is his main irritation to me at the moment. I don't know what I can do against it. Ooh. Now, I know if I get 30 mana, I can do a 90% Flight of Dragons, in which case I'm in pretty good shape. I literally burned everything I could burn, so which was like way too aggressive. Like, I'm not saying at all that what I did there was a good idea, but I wanted to get the Flight of Dragons, but then I forgot, of course, it's a default 30% cast, so it's not a matter of racing to 70 mana and then pulling it out. It's you need more beyond that, and I should have remembered and waited, because if I just concentrate on getting these units out, I can kind of sit there and by about turn 10 be ready to put out that Flight of Dragons. Well, more despair mana points for O-Dog. Alright, we can do that skeleton, O-Dog. Let me remind myself. Okay, so it's my turn. I've got another 20% shot on Triggs here. I could do that. I think I will, because if so, it's very cheap. That's fine. I've got another 20% shot Triggs over here with an eagle. That missed. That's fine. I'm going to bolt. I think it makes... Actually, can I blob? I can't blob because I put my unit there. I shouldn't have put this rat there. I should move it away because of that blob extension, automatic blob extension. But he who dares wins, or something like that. So let's go here. Let's bolt. Let's do it. Bam. That's a kill. Okay, cool. So one wizard down. It's me versus O-Dog and Kangriel. So we've got range as a problem, and he's just quite safe. O-Dog's got the undead, so I'm gonna back up. Let's not do anything stupid, and it's end turn, and then I'm gonna kind of calibrate what I'm doing for this particular fight. So that's good. That's the second wizard I've ever killed in this version of Chaos. I'm still like really bit like new to it all. There you go. Kangriel judging the distance right, and putting out, what is that, another elf. Select rider. Very strong attack and defense, but not good magic resistance, which is interesting. And we're both rocking the dragon staff, so we'll see how this goes, I suppose. Alright. So, what's O-Dog going to do? He's got a Pegasus, so presumably he'll sit on that. Can he get on it this turn? I can't remember. I feel like... Oh, he can. So that's all good. And what else? Now that skeleton's not moving up, which is odd to me. I would probably have an aggressive posture with that skeleton. There's no downside to it, really. Let's go back with my zombie. Now this is going to be a problem right here. So what can I do about that? Makes sense to have a zombie, I think. Yeah, I could distract with the rat, but to be honest, I might just hide the rat. Hide the rat, hide myself. I'm going to put myself down here. I'm going to put the zombie here. I'm going to move up with the dwarf for whatever reason. And I have a rat here, though it's kind of fighting its way out of this. It's never gonna make it, is it? But that's all right. I don't mind either. Oof. So yeah, now the elf feeling safe that the rat went down there is taking the high ground, which actually makes sense. It's a smart move. Now, how much mana do I have? Well, I've got 70. That can't be right. Oh, maybe I do. Wait, at what point did I get that? Was it because I killed the wizard? I must have just been given a ton of mana for that. That makes sense. So I should just pull these dragons out right now, as soon as I can. Okay, that's cool. I'll back up, do that. Do I have a shield or anything? No. Okay, yeah, I was going to just try and rock it with the dragons. Now the skeletons come up to me, so I imagine the smartest thing for me to do at this point is just take a swipe with the zombie. Guksak arrives in the tournament match finder. Hello, hello. He's also looking for the Gollop Wallop. I should probably click that as well, shouldn't I? Book. I will do that too. And what's going on? O-Dog's flying around. My turn. I've got so much mana. Alright, let me get the hell away from here. Now let's do the Flight of Dragons. Let's pump it all the way. Let's do a real lot. And... Alright, that's what I'm talking about. That's excellent. So let's put some pressure on. Let's take this guy out. Boof. Excellent. Doing very well. Somehow. Don't know. I'm sure this will all change very soon. 1-1. Got to see that goal to believe it. Oh, Kangriel, no. Your team. They've let the side down. Alright. So, meanwhile, he's gotten a... what's it called? Centaur. Now, is it real? 2 spells. I could make an illusion spider at this point. No, I've got so much mana now. I may as well just make a real one. Although it's only 90%. Oh, you killed my dragon, you dickhead. Ah, oh, what a bastard. 1 down already. For nothing. Very disappointed. Okay, I'm going to be aggressive with these dragons, I think. Well, I need to get rid of this thing first. I think I'll... Hopefully these two will exhaust each other, on each other. And then I can kind of mop up with these. I'm a bit annoyed that I've already lost 1. You've peaked early, he says. Nah. I'm sure this is just a sign of things to come with the... There's another 35 minutes before we start, right? Says Red Ted. I have no idea. Alright, well, I suppose that's good. It means we can finish this game off then without too much pressure. There's a bit of time zone confusion. UTC, BST. You know what you should do? Just get rid of summertime times. There's no point. There's no point. Fun fact, I actually grew up in the town where the guy who invented daylight savings came from. True facts, Petswood. Alright, O-Dog, what are you going to do? There's a lot of people here waiting for the Gollop Wallop. We've got 3, 6, 9 currently queuing to do it. I think Unstable Voltage presumably is also going to have a go, so that's what, 10? All the games going to be duels. I think they are, I'm not sure. That's a good question. Everyone, Totai says yes, so I think it is one-on-one matches, which is kind of cool. Alright, so I am in a really strong position in terms of mana. Let's do some rat pressure, let's go zombie up, and let's take the shot. Alright, and let's... Can I go here? Help my friend out, didn't work. I'm going to press up here. Looks like... Wasn't it elephants that have a bonus against this stuff? Maybe I shouldn't have burned the elephant card earlier. Oh, whatever. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little gentle pressure. Oh, he's got projectile. Ha! Of course it wasn't going to work. Around the edges. I may as well push up with this wizard also. And is there anything worth getting? Let's get a real spider. 9%. And the rat's free. So I've got this nice kind of heavy looking army at this point. And I think, can I redo a mega spell? Can I do 2 mega spells? I've never done that. But now with all these MP buffs, it's easily possible. We're only at turn 8. Oh, I just lost a rat. I don't know if that was a great idea. Whew, that would have upset me greatly. So that's a very aggressive move by Kangri, or maybe he's figured that he either destroys my power or just succumbs later. He doesn't seem to want to engage O-Dog. Ah, there you go. Ah, interesting. So now we've got a whole bunch of dragons. Now, how much mana do I have? 45. So, how much do I get each turn? It's like 8 or something like that because of the number of units on board. Now, maybe I should go defensive instead. And that now makes this make a lot more sense. He's got dragons backed up by these range units. I think I'm going to destroy these range units though, regardless, or go for them. Because it's going to take a little while for these dragons to get over there. Maybe in that time I will be able to pull out my second round of dragons. That could be cool. I've also got this bolt for defense and this blob for defense. So in a way, I'm still quite dangerous. I've got a stick, let's say. Now, of course, this zombie is holding everyone up, which is a little bit of an annoyance. I'm going to be annoying with this rat. Hopefully that distracts some units. What is 80? 80 from there? I'll take it. That's dead. What's 80? No. Is it fly up to? Yeah, I'll take it. Wow, that was a dangerous. That was a whiff. 80% miss. Ha! 20% hit with a dwarf projectile. Excellent. Oh, I can still move, of course. Oh, great. Okay, so I should. What am I gonna do? What's the best thing to do with this spider? Can this zombie get out of the way anytime soon? Not really. Why don't I put this dragon here, move this spider up, and then we'll walk around here, spider will get past something. I don't know, it's a bit, there's some traffic there, let's say. Wizard goes up, and it's, may as well disbelieve something at this point. Any of these? This? No, elephant's real. Ah, of course, despair. I can give O-Dog despair points just by trying to disbelieve stuff, which will make him stronger and more of a problem for Carangriel. It's a bit of a long shot, but it could be. Oh, there goes Ratty. Motherfucker. Ah, oh, here they come. So one of the dragons is coming up pretty close. Of course, he can't do anything against the zombie. Alright, he's made a definite decision to go this side. See what O-Dog does. Maybe O-Dog chases me as well. That's a pretty confident looking skeleton. Now, what I might do is just move up with both of these guys. If the skeleton kills a dwarf, the zombie gets a shot at the skeleton. In theory. So O-Dog moves back. Now, should I close up and go defensive? What should I do? It's a difficult choice. Did I have? I thought I had a subvert earlier. Must have eaten it. Yeah, I'm in my rage, my eating rage. 68 mana at the moment. So next turn I should have enough to activate the mega spell. Goksak wants to do a warm up. Somebody please join him on that. We should all be warming up for Julian. And O-Dog's put a lion out. I'm up to 75 mana, which means I should be able to double mega spell. That's great. So you can cast a couple of mega spells in one turn, in one game rather. Didn't think it possible, but it is. I've got a 40% on O-Dog. I should take it. That wasn't real. Oh. I'm going to go for my gambit here with the undead. See if I can get O-Dog with this combination. Hopefully the lion doesn't get me. He says he killed my pony. Someone is talking to me on Steam. Oh, that's Pristine Kiwi. So if you're not interested in this, you could just go and play DayZ with Pristine Kiwi. Alright, so I don't know why Andrew's inviting me in. I'm in the middle of it. I'm streaming, Andrew. God damn it. So, okay, meanwhile over here we should move up with the zombies. We've got 24% chance with this dragon. Seems pretty weak to me. I'm going to back it up all the way. And let me just make sure this guy can't get near. He can't. And we're going to back up with the spider as well. And is there anything worth casting? There is not, I don't think. We want to have more mana. We've got 14, which puts this on, what, a 58% cost? Not good enough for me. We can get that up to 90. If I wait one more turn, we'll have a much better chance. So I'm going to say that that's it for the turn. Let's go, done. And we end the turn, yes. And Kangaroo gets a chance to respond. Let's see what he does. Now I could be... Hey, that was a miss. Zombie gets a shot next, doesn't he? Yeah. That's a miss. Look at the little spider jump, that's so cute. That's not going to do anything. I'm not sure that was the right move. Well, maybe the zombie won't do it, I don't know. What's the Emerald Dragon? Oh, a lot of defense, of course. Oh, he's got another dragon. Well, you know what? I got more dragons too. There's so many dragons on screen. Got 6 open. Excellent. So O-Dog's hanging out there at the moment. Oh, crap! That was amazing. Oh, nice one. I didn't realise that was going to happen. That was great. Okay, so now we're in a situation where it's going to be a little tricky. Hopefully he takes the bait, goes for it with the skeleton, and then I get the chance to follow up with the zombie. I'm lucky. I'll get him. He's just put down 3 goblins. Close. Alright. So I've got a bunch more mana. I think. Oh right, that's why he doesn't care, because somebody has almost no chance of killing. Don't I have a projectile I can throw, or is there only one you can use in the entire thing? Can launch range attack and has shatter. So what I want to know is why can't this guy hit anyone? It's a bit strange, but we'll stay there for now. We're gonna push up with the spider, or what we're gonna do? We've got 28% chance to kill this guy. Oh, we got 36 to kill this. Let's go for that. That was horrible. Let's move. Probably didn't want to do that actually. Well, that was a mistake. And let's go back with Cheeze. And let's do this flight of dragons. Let's just go pump it, cast reel, put them in. Please work. That didn't work. Alright, we're screwed then. I think that's game over. I'm engaged to enemies, so I can't throw. Is that how that works? That seems a bit strange. Okay. No. So Gangrel getting a lot out of the Hat of Death, and it's probably going to hit me. Dodged. That's lucky. That's probably going to hit me. Interesting. 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 Now, can I just cheekily sneak over there now? Is the question. Or is this lion going to run up and hit me, or some stupid shit like that? What's that? Zombie dead? How did that happen? Oh, you have a bow. Okay, so now this side is a mess. Look at this. Oh dear. Okay, so what I'm going to do is blob up here. I'm going to blob that. That'll blob all three of those guys. That's what I'll do. In theory, that should work. So that was a lucky miss. Lion's probably going to come up and try and kill this. Makes sense. Fortunately, it didn't happen. I think gives me a shot on O-Dog, doesn't it? So let's have a go at that, because that could be a really nice turn. Knob. Alright. So come on then. It's got a lot of units going on. Oh man. But none of them can really move. O-Dog may not even be able to cast anything. I suppose he can cast in these spaces, but what? It's the question. Hopefully this one's not engaged. Not agile, which is a worry. Oh, it's a good chance this one's engaged. We've got a Manticore going on. Splendid. Alright, well I'm ready for my turn. I think I'll start with open with the blob, make it feel a bit of that life. Can I do it? Can I do it from here? That's funny. That's very funny. Okie dokie. Let's engaged, of course. Of course I'm engaged. Why wouldn't I be engaged? And you're engaged as well. Everyone's engaged. At least he's dead. So at this stage we'll move up with this guy and we'll back off with this guy. I don't know if Dragonfire goes through blob or what, but we'll see. What happened? Oh, the blob went away, and I'm gonna. Oh no! Okay, so that didn't quite work. Ha! Can't believe I dodged a dragon shot. That must be very lucky. I don't even have much defense. That was extremely lucky. Very lucky. Okie dokie. This is a pretty funny match, even if it's not a particularly high level match. The play is kind of a bit immature, but it's very funny. O-Dog's turn. I love that animation. It's so cool. Okay, Goblin's running up. Not sure what he's going to do. Oh, skeleton. Hit him. I think O-Dog knows that there's no way of me getting through here, so you may as well not hit it. Which is kind of funny. Is anyone else watching the match being streamed? It's mental, says Witsy. It is pretty mental. Look at this. Oh dear. It's kind of funny. Alright, O-Dog. You know. When you're ready. When you're ready. Nice one. That's a fake dragon. Oh, and the blob re-blobbed them. Oh, blob me so good. Alright, so this guy's not blob though, is he? Well, I think I need to go up here, hit this guy. Didn't work. I have to get this guy. He's engaged, so let's just bolt. That works. Let's move back. Still engaged. It doesn't say though. I think this is slightly annoying. Can't move. Very annoying. Okay, and I'm gonna fuck off. Hopefully no one can hit me from there. Blob's done a dragon kill. Amazing. And this guy, I don't know, hopefully he's engaged, but I don't think so. And I'm dead. That was brace for loud death noises. That was hilarious. Hilarious! That's what I said. Great bit of some very good dragon moves there actually. That was my favourite blobbing possibly of all time, except for maybe when Julian hid in blob to win a 4-player game way back in the early days. But yeah, that one's pretty funny. 3 dragons, 1 blob. I like the new blob mechanics. They're pretty. They become more aggressive, which is great. No worries, says I have to turn off my VPN to access that. That's a bit strange. Totai says, in this month using the client, I've played 20 duel, 24 4-ways, and 11 T so far. Wow, Totai's been playing loads. Kangriel says, my mega spell is at 200%. Double dragon. That's what I say. Anyway, go for it, O-Dog. Live to win. So while that's going on, I'm going to take this opportunity to quickly run and get a cheeky Coca-Cola. Looks like O-Dog's pumped out a rat pack, and I'm going to see what Kangriel does. Alright, back in just a second. And we got the game, so what happened? In fact, I can even do a little replay, although pretty much it is for my own benefit and no one else's. Kangriel got some mana points for death, so something just died. The dragons are acting pretty aggressive now. And there's still 4 of them up. Don't complain you have rats. Yeah, well there is that I suppose. And yeah, it's a very aggressive hat to have, the Hat of Death as well, because you can just charge through a bunch of weak units while someone's got, say, Hat of Life, and gain loads of mana, and then at the end of it, use that for a very powerful spell. It can be very good. Hey, Pernatube's on. Hello, Pernatube. How you doing? Oh, so finally the skeleton came good. Got rid of one of the dragons, but this is looking pretty dangerous. That said, he is on a mount, and he's going for a bit of a flanking maneuver. That may be a little too late. There's not much between Kangriel and O-Dog. But, you know, stranger things have happened, certainly. These dragons are really crappy, he complains. They're just cardboard cutout dragons. That's why. So it looks like there's a whole lot of people in the tournament client. Ped's showed up, which is great. Hello, Ped. O-Dog successfully disbelieved back this elephant. Amazing. Just stepping through the events. That move, that rat. Some chat, because apparently chat messages show up as steps. O-Dog flies over there, does the disbelieve, and tries to follow up with the disbelief in these guys, but they're clearly real. And so that's where we're up to. So now they're trying to do a bit of gardening, set over the path. Oof, very lucky. So now Odog's got a dragon right next to him. Kangreel's getting really aggressive. I find it very difficult to believe that Odog can survive this. He's lost his mount, so he's very close. If he had a blob, he could be very lucky. But I think this is basically the end of it. You can chain disbelieve. If this works, you get a free spell. Basically. Okay. So here we go. Odog's not got much left except for this rat. I'd love to be able to see a spells list. I understand kind of why I can't at the moment. It'd be great. It would be a great option, even though it does open up the possibility of stream sniping, of course. How are you doing, Pernatube? I saw a picture of you in the forest as a dragon. It's pretty cool. Okay. Units moving around, but what can he do? Okay, so he's down to bolts. He's gotten rid of one of the dragons, so he's got to get lucky on 2 elevated shots. I don't think it's going to happen, but probably was the best thing he could have done in that position. Mega spell at 144%, says Kangaroo. What does that mean? You can do another one? Why didn't you just do it? Because you can just fly over. Congratulations to Kangaroo for that kill and winning the match. That was a very good game. Lots of fun. So we will now leave the game, and I think it's kind of coming up to time for the Gollop Wallop. I got the hour wrong, but it's cool starting an hour early. Then we could get in a warm-up game. Everyone can get in, say hello. We've got a lot of games coming up actually. It's going to be kind of a long stream, but that's cool. I enjoy long streams. I like chaos. I like to watch it. I like to play it. So we're going to see how it goes. Yeah, it's going to be cool. Thieves just joined on the match finder. Everyone's in. Everyone's kind of ready to go. So we got 15 minutes before it all kicks off. Toto says, forgot one hole in the vines due to a tree. Got 109%. Let's kill myself. No, talking about a game that I didn't see. Kangaroo says, I think I just used all my luck in this last 4-way match. So we may have jeopardised his chances in the Gollop Wallop as a result. Not how probability works, but it's always funny to think that way. Magical thinking, it's hilarious, especially in dice games. Alright, let's turn on the light. Ah, that's a little better. So, what's to do now is the question. Well, up for another in lieu of anything else. So can we set up another game is the question. Also, I wonder how well our Game Jam game is doing. It's in the voting stage on LD, although I think only people who've made games can vote. I think that's how it works out. I'm not super sure, to be honest. But we've got some decent reception so far, considering what it is. Let's see. Lactose intolerant. Yeah, people seem to be enjoying it. It's not a very fun game, but it's a very funny game. Alright. I'm gonna set up a new game. ASDF, password Q, 816Q. Let's do it. Bum, 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 bum. Join, smiley face. See if anyone does. Yeah. Okay, cool. We got Witsy in there. We got Teho, and one more. Just need one more. I put the silent auto retry in. What is that? Is that something to do with his client? Ped's talking about some features he's added to the match finder, I think. Definitely worth looking at if you get a chance, if you haven't been using it already. Blackleaf! Oh, I haven't played Blackleaf for ages. How's it going, Blackleaf? Alright, so it's my turn. What kind of wizard am I? I am a defensive wizard. Let's see what we've got. We've got swords, so let's burn them because I'm a defensive wizard. That's not going to help me at all. We've got vengeance, lions. What kind of thing is it? It's a convocation of eagles. Let's get rid of these dragons. No one needs them. And let's get a rat pack. Let's get a real one. Let's put them here and let's go. And then let's end the turn. Yes. Oh god damn it! I hate this map so much. Ring of Fun. Gollop. Okay. So it's Witsy's turn. What kind of wizard is Witsy? He's made a zombie. Same as me, I think. Yes, so somewhat agile, very magic resistant. Teho's turn. What kind of wizard is it? Teho failed a centaur, but got to spare. Kind of smart. What is my hat? I didn't look. It's not how you look at it. You look at it here. Hat of Time. Oh, so this makes you want to have the game last longer. That's a little weak, I think. The Hat of Time. Yeah, I think it needs a bit of buffing. I'm not sure how. 1 mana point for time passed. I suppose towards the end of the game you are getting tons of mana actually. So in a way, it's difficult to start with. Well, let's take the shot. Why not? I'm going for a rush down. Didn't work. That's too bad. Let's send one rat out to everyone, like little ratty ambassadors, and let's do. And let's spend all my mana real quick. Let's do a triple magic attack. Let's burn that. Let's boost this fully. Do a triple magic attack, so we kill that, that, and that. Let me do it. And that worked perfectly. We got rid of the manticore and an eagle, and now Blackleaf is in a spot of bother. I am going to move this way and end turn. Pet says, a word from our sponsor? Huh? Pet, in the duel I had with Worries, he failed Rat Pack on turn 1. I managed that turn 1 after. He managed to blob me. Okay, so Ted Tide talking about improbable things happening in games. Rafi Romero says, I need a bath, I smell like children, I'll be back in 10 minutes, I hope. Was that? Who said that? Smell like children. It's not really something you should say, ever. You can really go off some people. I don't know what that means. Okay. Oh, that's a hellhound, isn't it? It looks kind of strange, but it's kind of cool at the same time. I'll be looking forward to seeing that moving. What's the stats on this hound? That's my turn. I got something. I didn't see exactly what it was. So that moves far. 1, 2, 3, and then strikes. Oh, there's another hellhound over here. Well, this is all a little bit difficult. And it's undead. That was the thing about it, wasn't it? Fast ground-based undead. That's very powerful, actually. That's quite worrying. Okay, well, let's move up this way. You can only kill one of the rats. The other one he's going to have to deal with. let's see. We've got eagles, wasn't it, that we were going to have. I've got 41 mana at the moment. I can burn up a bunch of stuff I don't want to use. So let's go centaur. I'm kind of getting to the point where I can't really burn much more actually. So instead, I should, I don't know, move up and blob or something. I think it makes sense. That's not going to work on that direction. Let's move up this way. However, let's have the rat follow. Screw going that way. We're going to go this way for now. Oh, yeah, we're good. And what else am I going to do? Oh, I could get you. I want something that's actually going to kill this thing. The only thing I can do is I can just kind of rear end him with an eagle. Let's try that out. Let's do a real eagle and just be irritating. And then I can blob if I need to if he kills the rat. The rat is going to back up 1. Yes. Okay, so now it's Witsy's turn. Cool. So everything's going good. Hydra. He wanted a Hydra, and Teo, because he has the Hand of Despair, gets 4 mana. Teo's turn. What's Teo gonna do? And then over in tournament match chat, they're talking about the things that rats have killed. Ed claims rats only ever killed rats for him, but Totai says he's seen rats kill dragons. 9% to hit. Pretty impressive, but you know, obviously it happens almost 1 in 11 times, something like that. Let's turn to Blackleaf, and Blackleaf has this Hellhound. It's got a really good shot on either of these guys, but he's trapped up there, so I could go past my eagle. He failed a vampire. He's definitely going strong undead. What is the reason for that? Is it that he's got he's got the Staff of Flying, so not some undead thing, but either way, getting undead against me is a great... Oh, it's got projectiles too. What happened to my eagle? It's paralyzed. Cannot move or attack. Must make a magic resistance check each turn to be freed. Okay, I didn't know that it could do that. There you have it. I can't go over there, which is very annoying. Let's walk up and past him though. Maybe with all these rats we can somehow do something. I don't know. That's kind of taking the wind out of my sails slightly, so let's see what else we can do about this. And now I can't move past it as well. That's a very good move. Somewhat frustrating. So what options do we have? We've got a dragon. I could pull out 80% Ruby Dragon, but maybe not. Maybe not. Fortunately, my Hat of Time will probably kind of help in the long term. But I need the sword. Otherwise, I'm never going to be able to kill these guys. So let's do that. That worked. And let's get aggressive with the rat. 1, 2, 3 hit, so he can go 1, 2, 3, but he can't hit the rat. I can back up again. And let's stay there. Let's end the turn. And what's going on in chat? They say 5 minutes to the wallop. 5 minutes to the wallop, indeed. Hellhound is really powerful, says Woodsea. Has a ranged death stare too. Yeah, it's kind of nightmarish actually. This death stare. But there you have it. I didn't know it had that. I should be reading up on this, but it's good to know. So you know, the more you know. G.I. Joe stuff. Oh, of course, the range attack. See, there you go. There's me forgetting stuff. Now I'm like trapped between these like basilisks. Is that the word for things made? No, I think I might be wrong. Anyway, whatever. I'm trapped. This is bullshit. And now he's got a mount. So all in all, doing quite poorly. House to the left of me, house to the right. Here I am stuck in the middle with Blob. Oh, how little you know. Ah! Okay, so no Blob going on. Yet. Blob. I do have a Blob. I can pull that out at any time. Although there's nothing near me to Blob, unfortunately. All my friends have turned into weird stones. He's got a dragon. It's probably not real. Actually, what is... I've got 2 mana points for time passed, which is kind of crap. Oh, 7% on this dragon. Let's take it. You want to be funny? Nah. Oh, this guy's alive. We can't take a shot, of course. Can't wake this guy up because he doesn't have the ability to do that. So that sucks. All in all, everything's gone bloody shit. So what do we do instead? Now, can I burn for 3 mana, and then what I get? Fucking eagles. Well, we're never gonna get this ruby dragon. Oh god, this is expensive, but let's keep doing it. Yep. Mega spell! Eagles! Let's try this again. Hey! Alright, I got a bunch of eagles. Feeling slightly better about life. So they're just going to go around and swarm and just be dickheads, basically. Let's end the turn there. VP's off for the tourney. VP's on, so there's no draws going to happen in the actual Gollop Wallop. Oops, stuff's going on. The client just went strange. That's a bit weird. Don't know what happened. Did it do a restart? Okie dokie. And what happened? Stuff happened. These guys both on mounts. Rat facing a dragon over here. He failed a shield. Let's go make sure I'm looking for a good match. What just happened? Oh, he just came up to take a shot? You motherfucker. Oh wait. Ha! My wizard's... Oh. But I've got magic resistance that's really high. How did that happen? That's not fair. Why are there doggy videos breaking up the show? What are you talking about? Is that like some kind of... What? No worries says, why are there doggy videos breaking up the show? Is that some commercial that's on the Twitch channel I don't know about? Alright, so... Dragon just flew over, exposing me to this rat! Oh. I could take the shot, that'll be hilarious if that worked. It was my turn next. Which it is, but... Okay, Hellhound takes out the rat. Ow! Come on. That's not fair. That's not fun. Okay, we're in a sticky situation. I mean, I'm probably going to have to quit out anyway as soon as Wallop begins. And I'll just claim I would have won anyway. 2 dragons out. Oof. Alright. We're going to do the hound. A very good chance against this eagle. And what range have these guys got? Hey, it's my turn. Alright, let's see if we can take this shot. Wait, it's got 7% on those guys. Let's take this shot. If it works, it'd be great. Great 1-2. Apparently, it's not my day for funny shots, though. No. Never mind. Never mind. Let's... Can I cast a spell? That's kind of fun. Let's boost a subversion. Didn't work. But I helped someone out with some despair points, so, you know, it's not all bad, you know? Send in the eagles. Can I move away? I can't. It's the end of the turn. Alright, Julian looks like he's ready. So, looks like Julian's ready. I will concede. I'm sure that will be a huge relief. Relief to you all. Smiley face. I think that's how you spell relief. Oh, school. It was so long ago. So how do I do it? I don't know how to do it. I think I have to wait till it's my turn. Nasty Roasty Toasty Pyro joined and says, yeah, I'm on time. You are indeed on time. Can I can't just quit. I have to do it on my turn. Oh, hurry up, hurry up. Should we be in the habit of playing snafus on alchemists? Oh, that's quite funny. A very lore-based joke. Okay. What you gonna do with those hellhounds? I will concede as well. What an exciting finish to this game it will be. Go on then. GG all, smiley face. Let's go and play in the Wallop. Come on, quit. You gotta quit the game. Look at us all surrendering. That's pretty funny. Alright, leave game. Alright, great. So we're gonna spectate. Okie dokie. So I'm going to spectate and comment all these games, so please make sure they are named something obvious like Wallop. The dodgy connection sounds like a heist movie, says Blackleaf. That's quite funny. Alright, so various games going on there. What have we got? 2-player games, 3-player. Oh, I see. You can turn on and off the view. So those are the only 2-player games. And 3. There's no 3s. There's no 2v2s. There's some private games. Strange. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Anyway, let's see what else they've said in chat. I'm going to dual screen for this, booting up laptop. Okay, I'm going to quit the client. Crack it open again. Log it in. Sorry about this setup, but you know it's all. Let's mute that sound. That's going to be confusing to people. And I'm going to find a match in the Gollop Wallop. So it looks like we've all joined. We're all ready to go. Okay. Is it going to happen? Oh, we've got 14 people viewing. I mean, including me, I think. Hello, all of you, and me. We're very close to beginning now. We're just getting through the technical start of the game. JC showed up. Hello, JC. We should be underway pretty soon. I mean, we'll see. Can't see the tournament in available tournaments. So yes, at the moment, everybody's on the tournament match finder client, which PED209 has written. And it sort of syncs up Chaos Games to a tracker for who wins, who loses on his kind of tournament website, and keeps tables and stuff. Very, very cool, but it's very beta, so it's sort of stuff's going on, and it can break. And at the moment, I think we're just struggling with the technical side of it at the moment. But oh, cool! Julian Gollop says he can see it now, so he's joining, and we'll have a game very, very soon. Cool. Who first? Oh, I did that thing where you pick up a drink with a coaster and the coaster's stuck to the bottom, and then later it'll fall off and scare the shit out of you and it clatters to the ground. What is the point of coasters again? Ped says it is decided randomly. So we'll see who it is. He should have just appeared in someone's game. Kahangriel. Oh, cool. Okay, that's going to be a pretty high-level game to start. That's nice. Nice. Remember to name the game. Plus. Okay, so it's back out. Let's spectate. It will be a 2-player game only. May well be private, who knows. And see if anything shows up. In theory, it'd be 823. Game number 823. Does Kangaroo create the game? ID Wallop, he says. Oh, that's... Pass SLB. Just giving him the info. He needs to have the game number though, doesn't he? Doesn't he? Head says send the details using the boxes in the bottom corner. Okay, so more client stuff. We're almost there, we're almost there. So we've got the first round, it's going to be Kangaroo and Julian. ID is game number. Yeah, the name is just for spectators. I don't see it. Oh, here we go, Wallop. Let's go spectate selected game. And we're in. Kangaroo on Julian. They say good luck. Very good. So let's see what Julian is. He's got low attack and good magic resistance and agility. He's got an undead staff. Boost 20 and 40. Kangaroo just pulled out a shield. And what kind of wizard is he? He's an attacker. Good fighting basically. Oh, his mega is a mega bolt weapon staff. So low magic resistance, but overall that's kind of a very good aggressive. That's an extremely aggressive setup actually. That's pretty cool. Okay, well, so it's going to be kind of a bit of cat and mouse, I think, whereas Julian's going to be backing up, trying to slow Kangaroo down. That's a great unit to pull out because it's going to have the ability to destroy stuff that the wizard will put on his body, on his person. So Kangaroo should respond with something like an elf that will outrange the dwarf, or something that's going to be able to take it out because he does not want this to get in range of him because that's going to mess up his shield and his strategy in general. Bow, that's a good counter, that'll do the trick. Range of 3. And now that's a question actually. The bow has a ranged attack of 2, so it's not affected by this. This is just his melee attack, I believe. I really like this new look of the information screen, it's great. Rafi says in chat, classic opening, southeasterly dwarf deployment. Kangaroo must be feeling the pressure already. Awesome. Alright, so what's Julian's follow-up going to be? Now, Kangaroo responded with range. Julian's going to probably want to think about some way of dealing with range as well. Undead can be hit by the magic bow, so it may be that he needs something else. An elf would be fine. It's got a range of 4 if he wants to outrange Kangaroo, but there's a lot of defense going on there. What did he go for? He did go for an elf. Okay, cool. And he's backing up, which is the smart thing to do, I think. So we've got a nice roadblock here. It's going to be hard for Kangaroo to fight through there. Maybe he wants to get something mobile to help flank. Maybe something undead can tear through there very slowly, but surely. The fact that would be great. A skeleton would be perfect down here. Cheezo, is your sound quiet? If I have it so I can hear you, the web client for the game is booming. So you want to be able to hear me, my voice louder? I don't know what I can do about that. Actually, there is something I can do about that. Let's see. Apply. How about now? Is that better? Does that sound better? I've basically just got a boost on the mic in software. It means I may clip a little sometimes if I get too excited, but hopefully this sounds better. So just let me know in chat if this is improved. Cool, great, excellent. All right, thanks for telling me, guys. All right, great. So let's see what happened. In fact, because I was slightly distracted, I can make use of the playback feature. So we go back and we forward. Oh wait, no, go back. Step. So dwarf moved up. Elf moved back. Julian moved to there, and we can stop playback. It's a great feature, really handy, so you can still, you know, see the entire game, and you can go back and analyze things if you missed them. So that's cool. In fact, I may have missed more than that, so let's take a step. So it was a centaur that failed. Kangaroo moved back, and then Julian's turn happened. Alright. That's a Shadow Wood failure. Kind of a low risk move at this point. I'm not sure if I would have pulled out a Shadow Wood. It depends what's in his deck. I wish I could see his deck, I have to say, but that is kind of hidden to me. That's a really nice move. He's got the security of an elephant. If he wants to pull out vines, the elephant can plough through that quite easily. And it's just a bit more security. This is a good flanking manoeuvre though. That said, by themselves, each of these units is not particularly strong. But it is irritating. And I think this game will, unless something strange happens, this will go on for quite a few turns because of the way they're set up. I don't know what hats they're wearing. I don't know. I can't remember if I saw any messages about hats. Ah, Julian's got the death hat. Okay, cool. So 4 kills. He used magic to do that. He gets extra points. That's much more useful in a 4-player game. It's weird. The hats balance is a little tricky in this because it varies greatly depending on the kind of game you're playing. Kangaroo went for the. He should have put the skeleton out first. It would have been safer, I think. But he went for that arrow shot against the dwarf. I think the dwarf can move up, take the shot, and destroy his gear. And even if the skeleton takes him out, or is it a line of sight thing? I don't know. But that, if you could have done that, that would have been amazing. Or is it only melee that does it? I can't remember the exact mechanics. Let's have a look. Shatter. Shatters the bow, sword, and shield of a wizard when attacked. Oh, I think it's separate from range, so you have to get right up in there. But it's cool. But this skeleton is great because neither of these can do anything about it. I would make sure I had a lot of undead at this point. Of course, we don't know what the counter that Julian has for that, but you know, you play with what you know. And a vampire, that's what he's got. So now they've both got undead vampires. Very dangerous. Alright. So, people talking about what the new skeleton looks like. I still think it looks super metal. It's maybe too metal, I don't know. I kind of... You know, I know there's going to be different looks for the units. Like there's the regular one, the kind of upgraded one, and then a big royal one. Maybe that's what this is. They're going through modelling more exciting skeletons. I kind of liked the... Oof! There goes the vampire. I kind of liked the Argonaut style one, but this one's cool in its own right as well. And I definitely like the new elf design. I like these curves here, really nice iconic shapes. Looks great. The style of the game, the visual style of the game is amazing. Rafi says, don't much like the unanimated skeletons. Side on, it kind of disappears. Maybe cool when it moves. Yes, all of these are going to look way cooler. All the animation I've seen that is in looks really, really nice. Is there a way to rotate around the board? Yes, there is. Q and E. You just do this or this. I love the little trees as well. It's just nice. A nice little sort of Zen garden look here. Of course, a Zen garden with a pit that disappears into infinity. But I mean, other than that, it's really nice. Real Black Leaf says, you can put your computer in a table in the middle of the room and walk slowly in a counterclockwise direction. That's his advice on rotating. I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take that advice. Okay, so a spider has come out. Kangaroo has cast a spider. Spiders are generally good support units. They can do a lot. Cover ground, block things. They can slow down undead if they need to. There's been some good trades. That vampire was a big loss, but Julian has a mount now. Kangaroo lost his mount. I kind of missed that, I have to say. But they're both geared up, and they're completely apart from each other. They're sort of... They don't really have a particular attack plan at the moment, it seems, but... you know, they're in it for the long haul. It's only turn 7 of 20, and Julian is being pretty smart with his moves here. Of course, that skeleton can rush, and even the spider can. I guess the spider can hide behind here for line of sight, and then 1, 2, 3 hit. So in a way, that's not very... He can't be hit in one turn, but there's not really much he can do from there. Julian's moved up for the kind of pincer, and he's put down a goblin. So that's kind of a weak unit, but it's guaranteed, almost. Raffi just used the scroll wheel to look down the pit in the middle for the first time ever. Woo. I wish I could just zoom straight in. So a skeleton has failed. Kangaroo wanted a second skeleton. That would have been really nice. With 2 skeletons, I would definitely have done a rush. Although, you know what? These 2 can easily rush in this direction and cause Julian a bunch of problems. And that's what he's doing. And he's got the bow as well, so even he can be... and the shield, so he can be used as an aggressive unit as well. There's no reason not to. He's got the strong attack. So I would probably rush in the direction of the wizard. The danger is, of course, bolts and blobs, so at the same time, maybe not a great idea, but, you know, Julian hasn't got the attack to counter, really. Yeah, it's... You know, oof! I didn't realise he was in range for that shot. Oh, you got to count your tiles. Of course, the elves get 4 tiles to shoot a bow, and you can walk and shoot. Remember, so their effective range is 6, I think. Of course, now the spider can go and get him. He can counter, but it is distracting. So in a way, it's still useful. Yeah. So what's Julian going to do? He's got that goblin. Okay, so he tried a triple magic attack. It didn't work out. The cast came out, but none of the hits landed, which is going to be a bit of difficult for him. He hasn't got any wizard stuff, so he can't do any shots with it. So yes, he's backing up a little bit, trying to get a bit more space to pull something else out. I think he's basically given up on this elf. It's kind of a sacrificial elf at this point because the spider's got an easy shot on it. And now it's tangled. Julian got 3 mana points for death, which is strange because the elf is still alive. I think that might be a bug. Interesting. Okay. So now... So yeah, he got 6 mana from that exchange. I'm not sure if that was fair. I think that may be a bug. Well, Julian, take note. A button that toggles on/off hex overlay would be good. Agreed. I've been saying this for a while now. I mean, you can almost see them, but you know, in this area it gets a little vague, and it'd just be nice because then you can count. I don't think it'd be hard, and I think it probably will show up in the final product. So, the units are a bit more spread out, a bit more backed off. Julian's going for a very aggressive stance. Does he have subversion? He may be charging up a high-powered subversion. Or a blob. Oh, a counter skeleton. Interesting, okay. Yes, people in chat asking for a line of sight tool. That would be great. I would very much like a line of sight tool in this game. That's another area that's a little bit hazy and can really trip you up on some critical shots. Okay, this is looking like it's coming to a head. Everyone's going toe to toe. Got skeletons in front. Julian's got the high ground, but no wizard effects. Kangaroo's got all the cool stuff on his wizard. Kangaroo activates Mega Bolt. This is like supers and ultras in Street Fighter. I've been playing a lot of Street Fighter. And it looks like... Oh. So Kangaroo has the Truth Hat. That skeleton was a fake. Range 4 bolt? Oh, that a Mega Bolt thing, isn't it? But it didn't work. So, interesting. Of course, this goblin can't really do anything effective because that's a skeleton. There's nothing really he can do there. Julian could fly over and do a bolt, potentially. Or a blob would be really effective if he went here. Kangaroo is kind of understandably disappointed about the... Mega Bolt not working, but you know, this is chaos. And yeah. So Julian has flown over. That is a very safe move because he's out of range now of the spider, of the skeleton. Again, he may have given up the chance to use the goblin, but that could be good if the skeleton gets distracted with that. Because really, if I was Kangaroo, I'd ignore that goblin at this stage. But what will Julian do? If he has a blob, it'd be great to blob him. And he does. So I think he cast it here or here, and it extended out now. It's probably the smartest thing to do. now he's trying to tangle with the skeleton. So if he can engage, then that means there's no chance of them being free. It's very smart. Oof. Gangrel used a bolt. Somewhat desperate, but it's good. It stops Julian from being able to move effectively. And the spider's free. Oh, unlucky. He was hoping for a freeing chain, and then Gangrel could have walked away. And now the spider's tangled again, and Julian has a chance to bolt if he has one. Although if he had a bolt, I think he would have used it. But actually no, because the shield... Oh, yes, of course. So the shield there has probably saved Gangrel from death, 50%-ish, rather than 70 when you've got a shield. But yeah, Julian was right to do it in that order, because if the bolt had failed, the blob is still kind of a high percent, and it does buy you time and stuff. Oh, but of course Gangrel has still got bolts, but Julian raw dodged it. Actually, he has high magic resistance, so that makes sense. Skeleton has taken the kill, and Julian has got to deal with Gangrel very quickly, or the skeleton's going to end his little campaign. If he doesn't have anything he can hit Gangrel with, he could stand there, put something here to stop the skeleton getting to him this turn. But Gangrel, if he has another bolt, can hit Julian. It's not a high percent chance for the blob to kill him, but there is a chance, I think. Do. All right, and yeah, Julian moves up. I think he's either casting here or going to try and hit Gangrel. That's what I would do. Oh, even better, he does both. That's really smart. So the skeleton is locked out, and there's two trees that can hit Gangrel. You've got no support down there. This is a really, really powerful finish. I'm kind of glad he didn't... Well, yeah, he tried to do a Shadow Forest earlier and it didn't work, so I'm really glad this one worked out. Oh, counter blob! No shield for Julian. That said, Julian has the... only 4 defense actually, he's only got the magic resistance. So he could easily be killed by this blob. Oh, look at this huge blob off. It's cool, Rafi. You don't need to watch the stream. As long as you're in chat, get involved, it's all good. Although, if he's not on stream, he won't have heard me say that. So this is an interesting sort of fight. It reminds me of, what is it like? It's like two people falling down a drain, punching each other. It's like the beginning of Lord of the Rings 2, when it's Gandalf hitting the Balrog and they're both falling down a pit. Like, they're both going to die, but who's going to die first? Oh, what a funny fight. We're up to turn 14. Now, victory points are off. No, victory points are on, sorry, which means there are no draws. And you can see that ahead on points is Gangrel. All these blobs are swiping like crazy. Just swinging. Just everyone swinging. Oh, that's hilarious. The chance that Tree has against Gangrel, let's work it out. Tree has an attack of 3. Has that been buffed? And he has a defense of 9. So that's a 25% chance to hit every time. What about the blob? Blob has attack of 2, defense of 9. So that's like even less. That's, what is that, 2 out of 11? Someone do the maths. I don't know if I would have done that. Oh! Gangrel disbelieved... What? Truth? I'm puzzled. What just happened? Let's go back. So let's step... Oh, a lion was cast, but the lion isn't real. I think these kind of late game illusions... very risky. Oh, the tree killed him! Game over! Oh man, Julian takes the first round. Amazing. That was a really funny game. Really great ending. Well done, everybody. Amazing first round. That's really funny. Julian is very good at using stage effects like blobs and trees to his advantage. I've noticed that in the games I've seen with him. He's done those very, very well. And I really thought he was going to lose for like maybe 8 turns of that, and he just clutched it out. So yeah, great match, great match. I wonder who's going to be next. Submit the scores, go on. Live by the RNG, die by the RNG, says no worries. Absolutely. Ped says, oh, it's me. Cool, so it's Julian versus Ped. That's going to be great. So let's leave this game. And let's get ready to spectate Wallop. No, this is the one that Julian won. Well, we'll wait for them to set it up. And let's back out of here and back into spectate. Presumably that will disappear in a minute. SQAGLAX says, reads about headgear, etc. What the fuck? I agree. Headgear's great, but I've just got to get my head around the headgear. Some really interesting effects. It really changes up the game. It means that there's no complete neutral game. There's always a matchup. Makes it more like a fighting game, actually, in a way. So that's, but you don't get to choose the character. I think later on you'll be able to pick your gear. Anyway, let's spectate that. Here we go. Here's the games. Julian and Ped, and let's start the playback. Step. Ped took a step, got a shield, and Julian got 1 mana point for the Hat of Life. I love the playback thing. It's made this so easy for me, this job. Thank you, Julian. No worries, said, you should have seen it before they scaled back the mana ratios. So I guess early on, the first release of the hats, it was just, here's some points. And after a little bit of testing, people realised how unbalanced some of them were. And so some of the effects in them have been scaled back. I hear the Hat of Corruption was really tricky. I think that one is if the balance is too far one way or the other, you get a bonus of mana. And I think the neutral hat is probably the hardest one to deal with, especially in one-on-one, because if you keep it neutral, you get tons of mana. The other person tries to push it one way, you just push it the other way, and it stays neutral. And so you can kind of force a whole lot of magic mana points for yourself. So once again, Julian's got the Hat of Life. Let's have a look at what he's got else. He's got high agility, okay attack, defense, and magic resistance. Ped has great defense because of that shield, presumably. Agility and magic resistance. So very defensive guy here. He's got the eagle, which is going to be good for harassing Julian. And there's a goblin out in the field. Rafi Romero says, I don't much like the hats. Witsy says, headgear is fine apart from the one that gives you points for illusions, in my opinion. In 2-player it's crippling compared to the others. I kind of miss how the illusion mechanic used to work. I think illusion's kind of been disincentivized by the fact that if you successfully disbelieve, you get another shot. I feel like that means I'm much less interested in illusions, and I'm more likely to spend mana points on guaranteeing things come out and having a more solid play that way. Julian tried to blob here. Interesting. Is that a way of stopping the Eagle's advance? I don't know. But the blob failed, so I think Julian's saving up his mana. Now, why is he doing that? He's got the Staff of Chaos. Saving up for a Goblin Horde? How much do they cost? 60? 70? Ped has Staff of Weapon, so he's got Mega Bolt. So once again, it's Julian's facing off against Mega Bolt. Ped will obviously have to get it in Julian's face for this to actually be something he can use, but you know, the game is young. He could get a mount. So up he jumps, and a lion. Lion is a decent counter to a goblin, I think. Outranges it, and it's more powerful. Attack of 4 versus an attack of 3. So Julian pulls back with the goblin, recognizing the danger, and let's see what he pulls out spell-wise. Yeah. So how many people are going to be playing? We've had one game. We've got this one. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 waiting. Oh man, each game takes what, like 20 minutes? Is this going to happen? That's like 6 hours or something of gameplay. Hat of Corruption. Generates some mana, so I think so. Ped's got a Hat of Corruption, Julian's got a Hat of Life. So Julian's, was it Hat of Life? I think it was. So Julian's going to want lots of units to be out. Ped's going to want either to go strongly Chaos or strongly Law. I suppose he'll take the momentum Julian's put out and go in that direction. So I would, in theory, put out a bunch of Chaos items now and just try and keep it high. I think that's how Corruption works. Correct me if I'm wrong. Warto says, I like that it makes you change the way you were going to play. You have to take into account a lot of other things now. And that's one thing I do like a lot, actually. Fascin Talk says, I like being able to burn cards for MP. I like the burning cards for MP thing, but when it first came out without all the hats and things, I did find it was a bit difficult getting enough MP to use the mega spells. So before hats and armor and whatnot, I did think mega spells were a bit like, okay, cool, you spent a lot getting them and it didn't really do the business. Whereas now they're much more, much more viable. Okay, so Ped's pulled out a Shadow Forest, guaranteeing that we'll be here for another 45 minutes, so that's cool. And he's sent his eagle way, way out to this side. Julian gets 2 mana for living creatures, which proves that these shadow trees do not count as living creatures, and there you have the eagle being paralysed, so it cannot move or attack, and defense is halved. Must make a magic resistance check each turn to be freed. Eagles pretty much never do. And what happened just now? Let's just go back step, and the goblin went back, Julian went forward. Cool. Warto says, it's very different in 2 players versus 4 players. Not sure how that could be balanced. That was something I said earlier. Ooh, Julian correctly disbelieved unit from Ped. It was the lion. The lion was fake, and that gives Julian another magic cast, which is very big at this point in the game. Julian looks to be the winner. I'm just calling it early. I think Julian's got a lot more strength at the moment, and he's got answers to all of Ped's aggressive units, which have just kind of been testing and dying. But yes, I think Warto's right, because the mechanics in play behave so differently in 2 to 4 player. It's going to be interesting seeing how that works out. Is it that you will have builds that work in 2 and 4? Will you be able to customize them? If you randomly get something in 2 that doesn't work in 2, it's going to be bad. I don't know. Like Hat of Death, Hat of Truth, etc. They're just amplified by 4 player, whereas the balancing ones are deadly in 2 player. Now Ped's pulled out Rat Pack, even though Julian's got Hat of Life, so he's basically giving him free mana. Something died. That'll be the eagle. Our defense weakened eagle that was turned to stone. That was going to happen. I would have probably left it, to be honest, and just gone up over here and pushed with this guy, because there's no need really to deal with it. The eagle's probably never going to get free, and if it does, you have time to react to it. Whereas the Hellhound pressure is going to be much more valuable this stage in the game. Ped's got no room to cast as well at the moment. Obviously these rats can move away, and Julian's pulled out Rat Pack makes a lot of sense, because that's going to get him a lot of mana, and he will be able to do a Goblin Horde much sooner as a result. And correctly, No Worries says the devs actually read forum posts. It's nice. It's sort of the Kickstarter crowd. A lot of people who just want to play the game, want to see it succeed, and the devs seem to really give a shit, which is really nice. And yeah, the forum's got a really good vibe. So if you want to go in there and see what's going on, you absolutely should. You'll be able to talk about what you think about the game balance. Julian actually asks players what they think and listens to it, and it's really nice. And indeed, there is a feedback thread for hats. So if you have thoughts about hats, go in there, fucking talk about it. Alright, so it's rats versus lions. I think I've seen this. I know how this goes. Yep, pretty much that's how it goes. And the goblins running in, and rat reinforcements. So look at it. Julian's got a very aggressive stance here. He is very safe at the moment. Although Ped did just pull out a skeleton, which I missed, and Julian doesn't actually have anything on the field. Ah, shit, no, that's true. The Hellhound can deal with the skeleton. They're both undead. Hellhound's got decent stats as well. Hellhound is kind of like an undead lion almost, kind of similar stats, except undead. Maybe less agile, but more magic resistant as well. So Hellhounds are quite expensive. I think they've got a low percentage cast to start, but if you can get one, they're very good. So there is that. And we'll see what it is that Julian decides to do as a follow-up. I wonder if Ped has any tricks in his bag. I suppose if he baited Julian in too far, he could maybe get the Mega Bolt and take some shots with that. Could be good. Snipe out half his team and then harass with rats, but Julian's pulled out a Ruby Dragon, and although the Chaos imbalance is starting to give Ped a decent amount of points, I suspect Julian just doesn't care at this point. I think he's got enough material that he's not worried about letting those points go. Very bold rat rushes up. I think that other rat can take a shot at the lion if it wants, or a rat on rat action. Is it going to do it? Yeah. Oh, went for a rat, and that's a kill. And what's Ped going to do himself? That's the question. Could this be the time for Mega Bolt? Now let's say he went there and did Mega Bolt. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, Vampire, that could help. Vampire is very good. Yeah, he's going kind of strongly undead, which is quite smart against this loadout over here. Skeleton can kind of cut through all of this. Vampire can hop over and give Julian some trouble, and also this dragon, which is why I would have, as I said earlier, would have gone closer with the Hellhound rather than hitting the eagle, because he would be over here by now or something, and that may make Ped think twice. That said, the rat is dead, and there's a bit of space here to push up, although you're going to hit the wall of skeleton at this stage. Ha! The little rat did a little hop and dodged the lion. That's kind of a heroic rat. 1, 2, 3. If nothing else changes, this rat can take a swipe at Julian. I somehow doubt that's going to be allowed to happen, but we'll see. That is one tough fucking rat. Oh, but yes, because of that move, now the rat does not have an opportunity to get to Julian. But it did great against at blunting the attack there. Very impressive. Is there a hat that I can wear in real life that will help me remember all this information? Awesome. No, I'm afraid that's not implemented yet. Witsy says, I love it when a rat is really powerful. I agree. That was pretty funny. So, Hat of Corruption. Ped's getting a lot of points now. I hear that hat was nerfed, but it seems to be doing the job anyway at this point. Julian's gone for a goblin. He doesn't really seem to care too much about the chaos imbalance, as I said before. Now, is Ped going to use this godlike rat to do some good? What's going to happen? Now, oh no, what I would have done is killed that lion, that skeleton, although he may have been engaged, but if he wasn't, he could run through and take a hit at Julian. That would have been amazing if that ended the round. Who knows? Who knows? Okie dokie. So what's Ped going to do now? Definitely should be using that skeleton aggressively. Probably want to keep it away from the Hellhound, I was going to say, but the Hellhound's going to have a shot on the skeleton next turn unless the Vampire comes in or something. Oh, actually no, he should stay there. Hellhound comes in, Vampire takes out the Hellhound, maybe? Yes, so the Vampire's ready to do the business. I like the Vampire walks if it's short distance rather than doing a jump. That's kind of a nice little detail. Yes, Witsy, the godlike rat. Well, how else do you describe it? This rat is clearly a backer. A back rat? Anyway. So, what just happened? An eagle! An eagle came out. Julian gets some decent mana for the living creatures and wizards. And he can now counter. Now, what's the smartest thing to do? I think that rat is a bit of a concern, but you do have a dragon. Can you take a shot at Ped with the dragon? I would probably move up with the Hellhound into the trees, start taking out trees. Actually, I don't know, that kind of exposes him to these undead units. That could be maybe not the smartest thing. You could do a big flank with your power. Oh, that's great. Okay, so the vampires turn to stone. That's really good. So dragon moves up and threatens Ped from the rear. Now the rats are gonna ineffectually. Oh no! No! Prometheus has taken the fire from the gods. The rat is dead. I would probably have gone to the higher elevation to do that, but maybe it was they were both engaged or whatever. Either way, it's fine. It's done. Not sure what they're going to do about the skeleton except kind of occupy it while these other units move around. Could be. It's entirely possible. What's Julian going to do? Subvert would be really cool. Blob would work fine. I tried to subvert. Yeah, called it, but it didn't work. But that's cool. So instead he's kind of smothering it with units. It's a very smart thing to do. That rat may have been slightly too aggressive. The tree's probably going to kill it, but at the same time it's pressure and it's something he has to deal with. So, you know. But there it goes. Rat's dead. Okay, so what's the skeleton going to do? I would kill one of the goblins, I think. Makes sense. Yeah, I think I would do that. I would maybe... Okay, that's cool. The eagle can fly in, take out the other goblin. Could be really good. Or the rat. Put pressure on Julian from that angle. See if he can get in before Julian's powerful combo down here does something. That... Whoa! Oh, amazing. So the eagle just swooped the dragon out. Julian must be pretty pissed off about that. That's an amazing move. That said, he's got to get away from this. Or have something to do with this. Oh, he's got a bolt. This could be really ballsy. He does have Mega Bolt. I want to see this. I want to see this in action. Ah, 2 failed subversions. But the vampire just gets out of the paralysis. Did you see that? Amazing. So the vampire can now defend, although he's got a 25% chance straight away to win the game. I would take it. I would take that. That said, it depends, because if he loses this guy, he's going to be in a very weak position. Oh, it's difficult to know what to do. So in that case, maybe what I'd do is I'd take out the eagle outside of range of the vampire. I would probably back up with all of these and cast more things. It depends what he has left, because if he's got fuck all else, I would just go in for the shot. Oh, he tried it again, it didn't work. Oh, he's in a difficult position now. Ah, see, now he was left with a much weaker rat chance, 8%. I'm not sure I would have done that, but... You know, probably I would have missed the 28% or whatever with the... Because that's not a very good shot at all, but it, you know, it represents the highest chance he had to just win out of the blue just then. So there's that. Okay, blobbing is happening. Julian goes with the blob, which is a very good sort of way of dealing with undead if you have nothing else. Julian's running away, and he's, I guess, hoping that the blob spreads out. Ped's earning tons of points from the Hat of Corruption at this point. I feel that maybe Julian's playing that slightly wrong. Should probably go for more neutral units, and now the chaos is so high, it's probably not going to come back down. So we've got this vampire out. It could have a shot against this, 43% chance to kill. That was a great eagle shot, very lucky. And now it seems the balance has changed. Now it looks like Ped Oof. Ped could win, although what's the counter hit there? So, okay, let's have a look at the Hellhound. Attack 3, defense 4, Vampire. Can you just... I want to click on the Vampire. Attack 3, defense 4. So they are trading, basically. But he just got blobbed. Oh, and the blob spread. Wait, everyone's blobbed. Amazing. So, 2 wizards, all their minions standing in the middle blobbed. It all kind of is down to what they have left in their hands, if anything. Julian can pull out a bunch of goblins, rather, if he gets enough points. Whereas Ped's got this, he's got Mega Bolt. I think Ped's got better stuff at the moment. He's got the balance on his side. He's got probably a better Mega Spell. And he's still got the units and a nice defensive position. We're at turn 10 now. So it's kind of cool. It's been a kind of close match. I really thought Julian had it, but now the balance has shifted in Ped's favour. Interesting that the first 2 rounds were Kangriel and Ped, very, very high level players, so it's great to watch. And Julian smartly decides to take out the Vampire with the Bolt and gets the Eagle with the Blob for free. That's really cool. But Ped gets a bunch of mana for Cosmic Imbalance. So yeah, the balance of power has really been changing very rapidly, and it's a more I guess a faster paced game maybe. I don't know. It's still too early to tell with 0.19, but some great moves going on in this particular match. All right. So what will Ped do? Ped can take shots at Blob with the trees, can't he? That's why they've got circles spinning, I believe. So I don't see why not. I would maybe change the sound or sprite for Blob dying, because it sounds like Blob is sort of landing. That's a minor thing, but I would have some kind of bleh for the Blob. Not the scream, obviously, but some other Blob sound that's a bit more like bloop bloop bloop. Now, what else does Ped have in his pocket? If Ped moves up 2, he goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Even a Mega Bolt can't hit at this range. But I would maybe nudge up 1, because if Julian's smart, he'll recognise. Oh, that's very interesting. Now Julian's really in trouble. This could be it. Oh, I missed. Oh, that was a really good chance. Of course, he recognised a very good opportunity there to take a shot, and he's well out of the Blob now. Julian's going to have to deal with this. This is exciting. Alright, what's Julian going to decide to do? If he's got a Bolt, fine. If he's got Subvert, could work. If he could free this guy, he's got a really good chance of killing the skeleton. So he's got potentially some options. As I say, I don't know what he's got in his hand. So he re-blobbed, walked away. Smart thing to do. And look how much mana Ped's getting. That's fantastic. I feel like Ped should rush up and just do a huge Mega Bolt. He's going to end up with so much free mana. How much does a Mega Bolt cost? I can't remember. Alright. Ped's pulled out a Ruby Dragon. So that's Julian's going to have to do something about that. If he could free his undead unit, that could be a good counter to the dragon. Although he's got to be careful about the range going on. I don't know, it seems like maybe he's running out of steam, and Ped's just got such an advantage because of the chaos balance. Great seeing that fight go down. It seems Blob is quite prominent. If you've got it, it really is going to change how the dynamic of a game is going to go when used correctly. So, I think Julian tried to decree this. That makes the thing that makes most sense. And now there's a really thick field of Blob there. Oh wait, no, he's free, isn't he? Yeah, I think the Blob died around him. So he should be able to punch his way out, hit that, and run out. If that works. Well, next turn anyway. Ped's turn. What's he gonna do? Is So his trees can take shots at blobs, although not a good idea because that will just free this. So the dragon's taking the long route round. Ped's backing off, which is smart. Basically, if this gets free, that's no good. Ped's got Hydra, which is fantastic defense if I am correct. It's got, look at that defense. Decent movement, decent attack. And, you know, Julian's getting 2 mana versus Ped's, what, 11, 12 at this point? It's absurd. I think Ped can just guarantee these difficult spells all day, just spend mana, and he's probably going for a Mega Bolt finish. I'd be surprised if he didn't. So let's see how this goes. So there he's gone and killed the blob. Run out of there and up to the dragon. You may entangle it. Now what's the dragon's agility? 3, not great. The Hellhound's agility 4, so there's a decent chance he'll be entangled by that, or engaged, or whatever it's called. Julian's moved up. I think, is he counting on that actually having happened? Because if he's that close and that dragon's free, he's probably going to bite it. What does he have? What could he have to move down and do that? A Centaur, that would have been good. So the blob is clearing, and we're about to find out if this dragon can move. It doesn't have a moving circle, so it makes me think that it is engaged. It would be good to be able to see the status. But I can't see it. If it is somewhere in the interface, someone tell me, but I think that makes sense. If it does show up. Now is Julian holding out having a bunch of goblins? I don't know why you would. It's not a great thing, but it depends what's in his hand. I wish I could see what was in his hand. Ped, I think, has got this. He's got the Pegasus. He's got 2 really powerful units on the field. I love how that thing walks. That's awesome. And just is such a mana advantage. Now Ped can just fly up to wherever he wants. Mega spell Julian right in the face. I think Ped's got it. I think yep. I think Blackleaf's called it. Hydra's amazing. It looks so cool. I just love this art style. How many heads has this one got? 5. Nice. What did Julian do? Hit a blob? Let's just check that. Yeah, he walked up and hit a blob, didn't he? Now this is alive. It's got a chance. Ah, oh, missed. Whiffed on the dragon. Now it's taken a move. Interesting. 13 mana. Oh man. This is too much. So Ped can fly over here, Mega Spell Bolt, right? Isn't that it? Isn't that game? Or it goes for the dragon finish, and Ped takes the kill. That's a lot of units. Oh, great game. Really good game. Very good stuff. Exclamation mark. So it's 1-1 in the Gollop Wallop. Ped's taking the kill. Yeah, times during that I really thought Julian had it, but he let the Lord Chaos Balance get away from him with a corruption hat, and he paid for it in the end. But some brilliant fighting in the mid game, very impressive. So now I wonder who's next. Julian's going to take a 5-minute break, and so will I. I'm going to get a cup of tea. Nice one. Tea for everyone.